So there's a story I wanted to talk about, and that story being Superman the Warworld Saga. However, something happened to Superman before the story even starts. However, it really does affect him throughout this story. And I think it's better if I start with that before I get into this. And this is going to be in parts, so I'm just going to give you that heads up right now. We're going to start off with what happens to Superman. Now, starting off with Superman issue number 29, you start off with Superman and John Kent, his son, in space dealing with creatures from another dimension. Now, you can see Superman looking at his son like he's a very proud dad because he see that his son doing just good in the universe right now. Now, when John and Kent are done beating up on one of the creatures, they throw it through a wormhole. Now, these wormholes were created by Star Labs. The reason they're doing this is because this team of Star Labs was working under Amanda Waller. Waller was trying to find a weakness for Superman, as she does with most metahumans, and they were telling her, hey, so the energy is from this portal, it's hurting Superman, but it's not hurting his son. And Waller's like, that's good information for now, but let's just see how this goes. And during this battle in space, Clark Kent got in the way of a Christian's blast that was heading for John. What we find out is that John was actually really worried about this, because he see that his father was actually hurt by these creatures, giving Amanda Waller all the data that she needs. Now, Superman's like, it's all right, this happens all the time. And then they just go back to do what they're doing. After the portals were closed, the Superman and John just leave the scene, and they're talking, but while they're talking, that Superman starts to see that John's a little freaked out about something. And it's solely for the fact that John's like, look, I don't know what's going to happen in the next few days, but while I was in the future, the history books were saying that you just disappeared. Now, for those who don't know, John Kent actually went into the future, joined the Legion of Superheroes, and that's when he found this out. A few moments later, the portal opens back up, and then you have like a bigger creature than it was before, with some creatures coming right after it. Then the story continues in Action Comics, issue number 1029, where our heroes go back up and face these creatures. For some reason, they're the only people that can do this. After the second fight, our heroes go to the Star Labs that opened the portal, and they were telling them that, hey, there's a way to do it, but you have to go on the other side of the portal to close it. John Kent tried to tell us that, hey, Dad, if you do this, it's a possibility that this is the reason that you don't show up. John's really just freaking out at this point. But the father lets him know, look, we can do this. Me and you, we got this. Everything will be fine. This helps John a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And Superman goes to the other side of the portal, close it, and the day is saved. Now, John was still worried even after this, but Clark lets him know, look, whatever it is, we will deal with it, and we will pull through no matter what. I noticed both of them, they were being watched. Now, the person that was watching them was Mongol of Warworld. And this kicks off the Warworld Saga, and that's where we're going to start next. Thank you for watching, and of course, you have a great day.